What happened in Phunware?
Let's see what's going on. Almost more than 100% today. Very
You
interesting.
made.
Currently plus 89%. Very interesting. Let's talk about it. Remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. And also, if you enjoy our trading content, one of the best of YouTube, in our opinion, remember to subscribe. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And let's go with Phunware.
Okay, so the stock went up, in comparison to the previous trading day. Right now it's more than 184, and then it has been correcting a little bit. Right now it's $13. We're talking about more than 124%. Still, that's incredible. If we compare to what happened back in January, you can clearly see that the stock, the hype is still there. At the beginning, that was like more than 450%. So obviously we are talking about huge, incredible runs, and look at that. We also have a lot of risk involved because we have a minus 73%. It wasn't done in a day, but you can clearly see that we are talking about a stock with a lot of volatility.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is completely insane. And also you have these gaps. We are using the we don't have like the extended trading hours right here, but you can clearly see like the gaps to the upside were crazy, but also to the downside. And sometimes those are more dangerous because if you are buying, the gaps to the upside won't affect you in a negative way, but if you're buying and you have those gaps to the downside, it could jump all your stop losses, and it could be like a very dramatic situation if you see much lower prices from these levels. Very interesting to talk also about this resistance area right here. We can clearly see with the daily chart, we had the rejection of the price 3 times right here during 2022 and at the end of 2022 more or less. And then we had this last level, the price got rejected also 3 times right there. It could be a coincidence, or maybe this is a resistance level that in the long term has been working. So we have to wait and see how the price reacts once it reaches this level again, or maybe we see a gap jump in this level. It could happen also. But the other scenario, as Alvaro mentioned earlier, we could see like the price getting rejected or even going lower from this point, and we have a lot of risk right there. So be very cautious, guys, because this stock is very volatile. So what do you think? Also, let us know in the comments and the reasons behind it. That's key.
Okay, so when there is hype, the stock goes up, that's clear. But when there isn't, you can clearly see that it goes down because the reality is the stock is in losses. So as long as it remains as that as such, you can clearly see that the stock went down minus 98%. So that's a lot of risk. You don't want to be in a stock like this when it's going down. So obviously you have to be careful right now because right now there is hype. But if it disappears and the stock is still in losses, it could go down again. So something that you need to have in mind. For instance, if we see like the worst case scenario, the current worst case scenario could be like the stock going back to where it was back in January at the beginning of the year. So the stock could go down minus 72%, and the upside potential is a little bit limited, because we have this big resistance level. We need to see a breakout around this area, at least above, for instance, $20. If it happens that, maybe we could think about like a new uptrend, but obviously at this particular point with a huge resistance level, it's still very dangerous. The upside potential could be talking about 44%, 36%. It's still very short, so it's something that you need to have in mind when you trade here.
Yeah, what is your opinion about these guys? Do you think like this resistance level will act as such again? Do you think we will see a breakout right there and we will visit previous prices in the higher part of this chart? What are your percentages, or what do you think if you think this will go lower? Which are your like your forecast for 2024? Very interesting. Let's see the forecast of Wall Street's analysts. We just have 4, but I think it's interesting to see because they are very bullish, and I want to know your opinion about this and why. If you agree with them, why do you agree? And if you don't, why also? I think it's important, but in this case, I'm surprised. These analysts are very bullish.
Yeah, look at that. We have 4 analysts, and they all think they on average it should go up more than 200% at least. So obviously, this is surprising, especially if you compare, and you take a look at the EPS. You can clearly see that here we only have 1 positive EPS earnings, 1 neutral, and the rest, ended in negative surprise factor. So obviously, you have this data. You have this data. It's not very optimistic from that point of view.
Yeah, it's very interesting to notice, to analyze the reasons behind this analyst forecast, and also why do you think this could be like, these estimates? Because I think it's completely crazy, plus 470%. You normally don't tend to see these type of results. It's true that we only have
Mm-hmm.
four. Maybe if we had 20, we would see some in the negative side, also minus 80%, something like that, which could be, like when you have these bullish scenarios of plus 500% more or less, you have also the risk on the other side. Normally you have that type of scenario. So what do you think, guys? Are you more in the bullish side of this analyst perspective, or are you more in the bearish side? I want to know your opinions, so we can start that debate from there. Also, very interesting. We had also the stock split earlier this past month in February 27th. What do you think also about that? Did it affect your trading decisions or your investment decisions? How do you think this affected the stock? And also we have the earnings at the end of this month, more or less, the 20th of March. So very interesting. Keep tuned because we will analyze this stock another time if we see like the price action continues being this crazy, because we can learn a lot of lessons from here.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We have the estimate -2, and then we have the estimate of the revenue 2 million. So if we compare this data, let's go at the forecast back again, and you can clearly see that revenue has been bearish. In all quarters, you can see like a worse result in comparison to the previous one. It's something that is you should be have in mind, because like if that trend continues, it's like it's not positive, but quite the contrary. So obviously the hype is still there, but you need to take in consideration this information, because normally when it hits hard.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Also, I'm taking like more predictions of Wall Street analysts, and I don't see these same results as we have in the TradingView platform. So maybe this is outdated or this is not correct, but that's why we wanted to mention them, because they are obviously crazy results, and we want to know if you agree with them or you have different opinions, because we are always happy to learn from you and to have different perspectives, and so we can all learn together. Welcome to Trading HT, honest traders, always sharing our honest opinion and trying to entertain you. Have a nice week, take care, remember to subscribe again if you enjoyed, and share this video with everyone you want to. Thank you very much, we love you.
Bye bye.